I don't know what you've been told. Hey, hey, hey. Good morning, good morning, good morning. My hair is doing some crazy stuff.
Mine too. Good morning, babe. How you doing? Good morning.
What are you giving?
What are you giving?
What are you?
Giving is such a powerful word,
It
man.
really is.
Oh my gosh. Today's Tuesday, terrific Tuesday. I hope you had a great Monday.
It's interesting. Yesterday we talked about the critical skill of selling, and today we're talking about giving. And honestly, I believe that they are hand in hand.
Well, we're going to talk about that.
We are.
Because I got some more to say about giving.
You got some more to say about it. We're going to talk about it. Back in a moment.
Good morning. My name is Brian McNeill.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Like. Giving. Hey, guys. Good morning, Katura. Good morning, baby. Good morning, baby.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Katura. Good to see you in the room.
We do have a topic for today.
Yeah. Today's topic is, what are you giving?
What are you giving?
And it's inspired by a motivational post that I found that I shared to my Facebook page this morning. Mm-hmm. And it was called, No One Was Ever Celebrated for What They Received.
Period.
You won this contest, we're going to put a statue because you received something. No, people are always rewarded for what they, or celebrated for what they give. Mm-hmm. They give. What do they give?
A lot of times it's what they gave financially, how they sponsored or supported an organization.
Sure. How they built up something, how they gave their time or their energy, not necessarily their money, but it could have been their money.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Who they helped. Mm-hmm. Who they helped is another reason.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And how often they helped and for how long they've helped. People sometimes you get people with awards for doing it for a long time. Mm-hmm. Been serving the community for 20 years or 30 years or 40 years. They receive because of what they gave. Consistently.
Yeah, what they gave consistently. Giving, I think, is also tends to be as important, or if not more important, to the givee versus the benefactor or
giver.
Yeah,
it's more important to the giver than the givee.
Yeah,
the person that gave gets more benefit out of it than the person that received.
Absolutely.
There's a book, a famous book that has a quote similar to this. It is better to give
than to receive. However, it's also easier to give than to receive, I have found.
It's easier to give
than
to receive?
Oh, my God.
What do you have to do to receive, baby?
You just have to open up your hands and take it.
Right.
But it's not easy.
Well, I think people who can't receive, and it's not easy for them to receive, I think that's indicative of their personal self-confidence at the time.
It can be.
Because when your self-confidence is waning, it's harder to accept the compliment that someone gives you because your confidence is low. It's harder to accept a gift. Here's your award. I didn't do anything. Here's your award for our company achieving this goal. I didn't hardly do anything. That's not very nice, actually.
Right.
But it's indicative of your confidence currently being low. It don't always stay that low.
Right.
But in that moment,
or how you perceive receiving. I think the perception of receiving is also tarnished. At least my ability to receive gracefully, maybe. Good morning, Dr. Deborah. Good morning, Shelley.
Make that point again, please.
The perception of receiving. The perception of being on the receiving end has been construed as, so you receive in this order. You receive down.
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So you receive down.
Okay.
Now that may not be true, and I guess
I don't
this
think it is,
me,
but go ahead.
But when you are on the receiving end, you're receiving from someone higher.
Okay.
But when you're on the giving end, you are giving to someone lower.
Yeah, but that's not true.
I know it's not true because I give thanks to God.
Right, you give thanks, and He's not
lower by any chance.
That's a great example.
Right, that is a great example to help me with clarifying it, because I really believe that there is a hierarchy to giving and receiving.
Remember the song "The Little Drummer Boy"?
Yeah, that he had all he had to give. But even if you think about the order of
Melchizedek was giving great gifts.
That's right.
But he didn't have a great gift to give to the king.
Absolutely.
Okay, they wanted to give the king gifts.
Mm-hmm. I get it, but I'm saying that my understanding that
dynamic
that dynamic has two understandings, and I think that my mind grapples with giving down. We give to the less fortunate. We give to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now we also give to God. We give thanks to God. We give thanks. So putting where are you at in this hierarchy? So I'm not God, and I don't want to be the less fortunate. So receiving is uncomfortable.
I see where you're going with that, baby. Good morning again, Dr. Deborah and Sister Shirley. This color shirt that I'm wearing today, I have two shirts like this. One that's kind of ribbed that I'm wearing today, and one that's smooth. And I noticed my wife likes this color on me. So I have two shirts this color. So I decided to wear this color because I know Lisa likes it.
Thank you, Dr. Deborah, for at least making me real, helping me not think that I'm tripping. She says, you're right, Lisa, perceived hierarchy. I never thought about that. There is a perceived hierarchy.
Sister Audrey Bailey, good morning to you. Welcome to the show. The show's called Let's Talk About It.
But maybe that's something that I need to be free of. Maybe we need to discuss that, because I do believe in my mind that there is a perceived hierarchy with regards to giving and receiving.
You are opening up some eyes here with that thought. I didn't think of it that way. I just thought of when we came with the topic, what are you giving? I think we all have a collection of gifts, skills, and talents, and we don't get ultimate rewards by what we receive. We get ultimate rewards by what we give. And what I'm talking about when we give, I was thinking maybe smaller than that. I was thinking giving from what we have. Like, what can we give this day? Like, as a thanks, as an appreciation of the day, what can we give to honor this day? And what I came up with when I thought about it is our best efforts.
And so that even further solidifies what I'm saying.
Okay, come on.
Right. So when you're giving, you're in the position of having to give. Having
something to give.
Right. So the opposite, the receiving, which we have learned through some different lessons that we have, being able to receive is necessary, because otherwise you rob someone else of the ability to give.
Right. Exactly. Right? Broken blessings, all that.
I get that. But being on the receiving end, you only get to be on the receiving end for two reasons.
Okay.
Personally, this is
going to be good.
Feel free to help me.
I'm going to try, but go ahead.
If you're a God, or if you are less fortunate.
Wow. I think there's more than that, but
I hope you're right.
I think you don't have to be less fortunate or God to receive.
I mean, you can receive from God. But if you're giving, you give to the less fortunate and you give to God.
There's so
you don't
much.
Give.
How about this?
Yes.
Birthday presents. They're not God, and they're not less fortunate than you.
That's why some religions don't give birthday presents.
That's why some don't. But there is such a thing as some people do give gifts on birthdays.
Yeah, they make me uncomfortable too.
Wedding gifts. They're not less fortunate, and they're not God.
Yes, but I have never felt comfortable being on the receiving.
I understand you, but I'm saying I'm giving examples of times when we do give gifts where they're not less fortunate and they're not God. A husband giving his wife a gift for Christmas, a wife giving her husband a gift for Christmas time or around Christmas time.
My husband doesn't give Christmas gifts.
So what? Okay, because I think it's played
and
out.
He don't give birthday gifts, and he don't give Valentine's Day gifts.
Do you get
he
gifts?
He gives love all the time.
Do you get gifts?
No.
You never get gifts.
What gifts?
You never get gifts. Do you get flowers?
Yes, but you're not a gift giver.
Oh my God!
And gift.
I can't believe you said that.
It's true. I'm not saying anything negative about it.
Okay, fine.
You
I thought
you appreciate me all year round.
I thought I was giving all the time.
I
didn't want to.
You gave me a bag of nuts this morning.
I gave you a bag of nuts this morning.
That's right.
I bring you water at night.
Absolutely.
I give stuff. I mean, by doing anything, I go and do for you too.
Absolutely.
I considered that as me being thoughtful. That's the point of it.
That's the difference.
That's the point of it.
And some people don't see I appreciate your thoughtfulness.
Right, because I'm considering you.
I appreciate, oh my goodness.
I appreciate stuff that she likes.
Absolutely.
So I thought that was me being thoughtful. RG Bailey, again, good morning. Dr. Deborah also says, so is the receiver
missing something or are they in deficit? Great conversation. Thank you.
Interesting point too. Are they in deficit?
Is the receiver missing something?
Right, but it doesn't have to always be the case. Now, when we give for community drivers, that could be another thing. Community Drivers is a consortium of civic organizations here in Charlotte where every fall we give to the community. We pick a community.
The Saturday before Thanksgiving.
We give coats and food and toiletries and strollers and all that kind of stuff. We just, whatever we gathered, we give, okay? Now,
it's coming up again.
And it's coming up again soon. We always do it. Dr. Deborah's done it with us a couple of times, I believe. But now those folks are in deficit.
Good morning,
most of the time.
Santiago.
They need those winter coats for their children, or they need that stuff, okay? That's us giving out of what our friends and us giving out of what we have, an abundance of what we collected, we're giving. So that I can see how that act could have you thinking, at least for the moment, like Dr. Deborah just put, are they in deficit? You know,
that there's a hierarchy to giving.
There's a hierarchy to giving. I don't like to think of it that way.
I don't like to either, and I want you to help me with it.
Good morning, Brother Sunil. He says, I know, I'm trying to. Powerful greetings from Pakistan. You are a great couple. May God always keep you safe. That's a wonderful prayer. May God always keep you safe. Thank you, Sunil. I appreciate that.
Dr. Deborah, I'm telling you, I mean, the reason why I'm bringing it up, the reason why I'm being transparent with this feeling is because it is uncomfortable. There are things that I enjoy. Receiving is not one of them.
Wow. I really want to fix that. Dr. Deborah says, I wonder if this is behind why I feel uncomfortable receiving from some people. Now, I can get that. Receiving a gift from a man that you're not interested in. Like if a man that you're really not interested in, but it's obvious that he's interested in you and he wants to give you a gift. I saw this movie Boilerplate, where this woman had dated this guy before, a Boiler Room. She had dated him before, and the relationship was over. And he says, "Well, I disagree." Okay, and he buys her this expensive bracelet, and she goes, "Look, I told you we're not in a relationship anymore. I don't want that." Well, you're keeping the bracelet anyway, okay? Because I'm giving it to you.
That feels like there's a string attached to it,
right? And it is. It's a string attached to it. You accepting my gifts, you my girl. Okay. Well, she didn't want to be his girl no more, so she didn't want to take his gifts anymore.
I guess.
Okay. So when Doctor says it's uncomfortable receiving gifts from some people, that's a scenario that I can imagine.
She says receiving from some people.
Yeah.
She doesn't necessarily qualify it as a gift. But yes, receiving. If you think about it, so good morning, Stephanie. Help me. So help me, Steph.
Okay. How do you define what you need help with? Receiving. But you just said your husband don't give gifts.
You don't give gifts.
Okay. Wait, let's distinguish it because you just did with Dr. Deborah. Are you having a challenge with receiving, period, or receiving gifts?
So first of all, let me say this. Let me qualify this.
Okay.
It does not. You're not included in this. I can receive from you.
Okay, I get it.
Right.
Oh, whoa. I might have had an out right there. I might have had one, but go ahead. I'm excluded from this. I'm your husband, okay?
Right.
And as far as I know, you only have one husband. Okay.
Yes, only one. Thank you.
Okay, as far as I know.
But receiving and not necessarily in a personal context, or rather in a in an intimate context, right? Not necessarily an intimate context.
Okay.
I find it uncomfortable to receive.
Wow, that's just. And again, I go back to my knee-jerk response to that is not a great one.
Right.
Because,
it's almost selfish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Receiving is a part of the reciprocity.
Yes, but if you're gonna,
good morning,
if you're not gonna,
Chef Rev, maybe you can help me.
If you're not gonna appreciate or feel uncomfortable when someone gives you, that's gonna diminish the joy they could have had in giving it.
You're absolutely right.
Or you could make them feel, dang, I thought she would like this shirt, okay, or this scarf,
right?
Okay. You know, but she's like, oh, thank you, you know, that kind of stuff.
No, I'm not doing it to be coy. This is me. This right now, this is a transparent moment.
I'm with you. I'm with
you. Because I receive gracefully on the surface. This is me taking the veil off, right? Because I know how to be gracious. I know how to
That's a good way not to get gifts, though. Get received. Okay, go ahead. I'm a shush. Go ahead.
I have a preconceived notion that we give down, or we give to those in the highest position.
Okay.
And so because of that, so like I give to God and I give to the homeless.
Less fortunate.
Right. Or right. Thank you for that correction. The less fortunate. But this, but being on the receiving end, where am I? I'm not comfortable being
God.
The
and
God
you don't want
position,
to be perceived as less
and
fortunate.
I'm also not in the less. Thank you. That was it. The less fortunate position.
Yeah, but there's so much more.
Help.
We need William Brown on here too. There's a whole lot more positions. It's not the extremes alone. There's miles of land in between God and the less fortunate.
Help me! Help me!
Let's see it again. I'm gonna try a different way, but maybe you guys can help me. Today's topic is, what are you giving? And what Lisa's confessed is, good morning, Sister Demona. She has a challenge of receiving, okay, because she sees the way she perceives the person in position of receiving. Either it's a deity or less fortunate, okay? So, but I think there's miles between that. I'm not your deity, and I'm not less fortunate to you.
No, you're my husband. You could give me.
Right, I could give you, okay?
Give me.
Yeah, but I'm not going to do it no more because you're going to feel bad. I don't want you to feel bad. So I'm not going to give you anything.
Please help me. George says, I understand you. As a giving person, it's hard to relax in the blessing of receiving.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's true, brother.
That's wonderfully
That's
stated.
A statement.
That's one.
That's
now
true.
Help me be free from that.
Okay, yeah, if you can.
Help me. I'm not being facetious. I am asking for help sincerely. I like that. How do you relax in the blessing of receiving?
All right.
I like that. I like it. Come on, help me.
I'm going to try again.
Okay, come on.
Because Damona's on here. And when Damona's on here, it reminded me something of two things, okay? Damona once gave me a pair of jeans. She didn't ask for any money. She gave it to me. By the way, Damona, are you local now? If you're local, I need to send you some money because Damona was in Dominican Republic a couple of days ago and picked up some cigars made by someone hand rolled there for me. So if you're local or if you just give me a cash app, I need to send you some money, Damona. But anyway, Damona once gave me a pair of jeans. She didn't ask me any money for it. Why did she give it? Because she had them. She thought they would fit me.
And you needed them.
I needed them. And they did fit
you
me.
Needed them.
And aren't those the jeans I still wear? Those the blue jeans I wear.
The ones I like.
They're the only ones that Lisa likes of my jeans, Damona.
Thank you.
They're the only ones that Lisa likes.
The only ones.
Of my jeans is the ones that you gave me. But I don't think Damona was giving me because she felt I was less fortunate.
She was giving to you because she saw mercy on her sister girl.
Damona is also giving you a jacket.
Yes, I love my jacket.
She gave you a jacket, okay?
Yes.
Now, when she gave you that jacket, she thought it would look good on you.
Yes.
She thought you would appreciate the jacket. Yes. And she did not consider you her God. She did not consider you less fortunate.
That's true.
But she gave it to you.
Yes.
And you received that.
Absolutely.
Did you have a problem receiving that?
Not in those two situations. But I do typically have.
Okay, so what you're saying is you don't always have this feeling.
Very seldom do I not. Those you picked the two situations that I do not have.
I ain't got nothing else for that, y'all.
Oh my goodness.
I ain't got nothing else for that.
Hey, oh my goodness. Shirley says, I do not give a lot of gifts. I send cards. That makes sense.
Yeah, especially in your profession.
Absolutely.
I never thought of it as I don't give gifts. I always thought of it as I give freely. Okay?
You don't give gifts, but you do. You are giving.
Okay. When I give you flowers, is that a gift or not?
It is.
Okay, so if I give you flowers, that means I do give gifts because you just said flowers are gifts. And I give Lisa flowers randomly.
Yes.
Randomly.
Twice, 3 times I've gotten flowers.
You say that every year, 3 times, but it's 3 or 4 times a year you get flowers.
No.
Randomly. It's like a morning I might feel like it, okay? Or
I appreciate them every time.
Every time it's random. I don't want to
do
it.
You don't count.
I don't want to do it on
schedule,
Valentine's Day or nothing like that. I want to do it when I feel like it. Okay, that's how I flow. Okay.
You gotta be careful with that.
And
because if you only want things when you feel like it.
And you said already on this show, I brought you those this morning. Okay, that you love. Okay, yes. And there's been lots of things. Once I discover that my wife loves them or likes them, I will get for her. I don't think of it as this is a grandiose gift.
No, those are. I said I don't have any trouble receiving from you.
Okay. I don't know if I got an answer for all of this yet. Still, I'm trying.
I don't have any trouble receiving from you. I do have there are some things. And I mean, I was just trying to be transparent because maybe there's somebody else that has that angst when they're receiving. Like you don't know if you're receiving this because somebody thinks you need it or if you're receiving it because
that's so much. Ugh. You think somebody's giving you a gift because they think you need it. Okay. Brother George Allen, a.k.a. Chef Rev, says,
you must consider the fact that giving is a gift in itself. When you reject or oppose the gift giver in a way, you are devaluing the authenticity of the giver.
Yeah, come on, man. You know?
Absolutely.
Sister Couture says,
you must speak to one another's love language. Brian hates that. And it's true. It's true. I know his love language, but
what's my love language? I think I know what it is.
What is it?
Okay, my love language is being heard. Okay, how about that? What do you think it is? Now, because you have to answer, Lisa, because I answered when you asked me. So what do you think my love language is?
Couture said
you have to answer, because that's not fair if you don't. Because you asked me and I gave a freely answer. I told you what I think it is. You said, I know what your love language is. So what do you think it is?
Being heard.
No, don't be just saying that because I said it. What did you think it was before I said that?
I think you do want to be heard. I think that you have a natural.
What would you have said before you heard me say that?
Cigars.
You're not even trying.
I would have said cigars is your love language because I think your love language is the receiving of gifts, but you don't like a lot of stuff,
right?
Like you don't like stuff to just put here, put there, whatever. You like cigars.
I do.
You like gadgets.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you do like gadgets.
I like
computers,
gadgets.
Tablets, or whatever. Yeah, you like it.
Okay, I like gadgets, and also I like my best gifts. When someone has put together something for me.
That is a compilation of your favorite things.
Well, it don't have to be, but just the setting up of the room or getting the room, renting the hall and setting up the hall or coordinating the event or decorating the house or the room or whatever it is, that makes my heart sing. Okay. Like when we had my 50th birthday party was at a restaurant, but even though it was at a restaurant, just the gathering of the friends, the gifts, the cake, the camaraderie. That was special.
I think it was more than being heard. It was being celebrated.
Okay, yeah, maybe celebrated. Absolutely. Okay, that might be closer.
Being celebrated. Dr. Deborah said, I realized that I'm a little uncomfortable receiving from my little sister. Yes.
I just realized that I'm a little uncomfortable receiving from my little sister. I wonder why that is. Damona's laughing at some. Stephanie Mars says,
I'm a giver. My mom was a giver. I'm learning to be a receiver.
This seems such sad commentary, and I didn't want it to be that way.
Why do you think that it's sad?
Brother George Allen, it's such sad commentary. You guys having such difficulties receiving.
You know,
even though there's layers, I can see that some people have more deep in layers than less layers than others. It just wouldn't it be better? Wouldn't it be better to be able to receive freely? Wouldn't that be better?
You're talking to a bunch of women.
I'm just saying, I'm looking at the commentary that I see.
Right. We are different than you.
No diggity.
And you're also speaking to women of a certain age, not to call anybody out.
Y'all ain't kids.
Younger women, especially in this generation, have a easier
this is a good point.
Receiving.
Mr. George Allen, aka Chef Ref, says, is it a possibility you feel the need to reciprocate when someone gives to you? Therefore, you think you must match the gift at some point. Is that it?
That's a big part of it. Probably.
That's a big part of it. If someone gives you a gift, you feel on a subconscious level maybe that you're going to have to give this back. William Brown, I'm so glad. Reciprocate.
I don't think that is subconscious. I think that is what I think.
Oh, wow. William Brown, I'm so happy that you're in the room because I need your help, bro. I need your help, William Brown. Today's topic is, what are you giving? But we have delved, brother. We have delved deeper into how some people have challenges receiving, chiefly Lisa, because she said she feels some kind of way receiving sometimes, or because she perceives, and don't let me get it wrong, she perceives that it's appropriate to give a position of the receiver. That's what she said. The position of the receiver. You can give to the less fortunate, or you can give to a deity, give to God. Okay. Those are the appropriate positions. So when someone gives to her, she knows she's not God, and she don't want to be perceived as less fortunate either. And she has sometimes a challenge. So I want William Brown's spin on it, or take on this, not spin. Brother George Allen, aka Chef Russ, says, bro, I love gifts and we love giving. Is there one that you love more, the giving or the getting? I know I have found more joy in giving. I have found more enjoyment in the giving than I have in the receiving.
Why?
It's just, and maybe it's because there's more people involved. When I'm receiving, it's just me. But when I'm giving,
not. You're receiving from somewhere.
Yeah, but my enjoyment is just me. But when I give, I get to experience their joy in receiving and my joy in giving. So.
Good morning, Shani. She says, nope, keep that toxic trauma bracelet. Good morning, beautiful people. Okay, help me. You have to say more.
In that movie I said earlier, when a guy gave her that expensive bracelet.
Oh, yeah.
And she said, but we broke up. I don't want to take your bracelet.
Yeah,
he's like, I disagree.
Keep that.
You go, nope.
Nope. Don't want that one. Katura says it could be that we have always given and rarely received, so that it's odd. That is definitely true.
And I can see that being a part of it too. I can see a part of it too.
My initial survival was based upon the ability to give peace, to give pleasure, and to give
and to provide. You had to. I hate that story, but it's true. You know, Lisa had to sing for her supper, so to speak. You know, to have a place to live. She had to cope at such a young age, 4 and 5 years old, having to deal with that. And I hate every time, it makes my stomach turn every time I think of it, you know.
I appreciate your trauma.
I don't know if you do.
I do appreciate your trauma, but you also, I would hope that you will come to a point where you realize that my being able to share the trauma that I went through is not only healing for me, but it could also be healing for someone who hears it.
Yeah, and I can see that. And I've heard it a bunch, and it's just,
you haven't heard it a bunch.
I have.
I lived it a bunch.
You lived it a bunch, yes. Dr. Deborah says,
Katura, you may be on to something. I've always been the giver. I love giving, but receiving feels odd.
Feels odd.
Absolutely.
And I just still, just my knee jerk says things like receiving feels odd. I'm not used to it. Considering the giver and all that kind of stuff. It just don't seem very positive to me. It seems like a sad commentary to me, really.
Well, again, you're looking at it from your perspective.
I'm looking at it. Well, what other perspective do I have? Well, I'm looking at it from my perspective.
That's true. What other perspective do you have? You have the perspective of all the other people in the room who are offering you their perspective.
Yeah. I'm still perceiving it as like for example, when we first started the show today, I said the person who has a problem receiving, I think that the person that has a problem receiving is because in that particular moment, their own self-confidence is low. And I gave the example of the kind of person who can't receive a compliment. You look beautiful in that. You look beautiful in that outfit. This old dress, they can't receive it because their self-confidence is low.
But that's one perspective.
That's one perspective. And if their self-confidence was high, they would accept the compliment with a simple thank you.
That's one perspective. I'll go on to read. Shirley says, I think people give gifts out of love. That was not my initial experience.
Okay.
I received gifts out of
obligation or law of reciprocation kicking in at some point. Yes, no?
Quid pro quo.
Yeah. They gave you a gift, so they expect something back.
No, they gave you a gift because you have given them something that they required.
Yeah.
George.
Oh, wow. I see now more.
George Allen said there's some say that word.
There's some synonyms. Synonymous. They are synonymous. Giving is getting and getting is giving. God doesn't need what he already owns. We bless God by blessing people. Now, how transparent do we want to get on this show today?
You can get as transparent. I'm the one that holds back transparency because you can't handle the truth.
You hold back transparency because I can't handle the truth? You can't handle the truth.
Oh, yeah.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth. I almost said it, Davey, out loud. And it might free somebody if I do say it. Let's read William Brown and give me a chance to compose and think if I want to say that.
William Brown said, I can relate with Lisa's take. I believe we have been conditioned to believe that our receiving is from a place of less than. So it makes it hard to receive. Even in religion, sometimes we are encouraged to give out of our needs. When I receive, many times I question their motives and my obligation to them. Absolutely.
Yes. What Lisa's been trying to say all morning, which I just now got, I think. You know, in her formative years, when she was very young, she was abused sexually. And when someone took something from her out of their wants or needs that she couldn't defend herself from, she got gifts after the act. They gave her a present after they did what they did to her. And in her mind, her young mind and her grown-up mind, the gift came after a violation. Am I close?
Mm-hmm.
I'm close. So they used her. And then they gave her a gift. They abused her, and then they gave her a gift. So that gift it won't have joy attached to it. It'll have that thing attached to it. That's what the challenge was. Mm-hmm. Correct?
Mm-hmm. I appreciate how difficult that was for you.
I hope you do.
I really do.
Thank you, baby.
I really do.
God.
Understand. That is okay.
I don't even know if I can finish this show.
I understand. I understand that. And I don't take it lightly. I don't take the experience lightly, and I don't take your understanding of it lightly. Please know that it has been a challenge navigating through that space. And I'm getting there. I'm getting there. But there are times that I have to revisit it because I can't heal from it if I don't revisit it. And I know that that's uncomfortable for you.
Yep, it is.
But I appreciate you.
I hear you. Okay. All right. That's where we ended up. Today's topic was, what are you giving? And I was thinking when we came up with the topic is, how are we going to honor the gift? Brother Mark Greer swung through the room, and he often talks about the gift of a day. And a lot of people went to bed last night with plans for the day, but they didn't wake up. So they don't get a chance to enact that plan. Okay. So, but we have the gift of a day. So what are you going to give the gift of this day? I'm going to stop, Shani. She goes, Brian, you better stop while you can. I'm gonna. Okay. I'm gonna. That's why I'm getting back on topic, Shani. I was thinking, what are we going to give this day? And what I came up with, Shani, was to give the gift that this day requires is me giving my best efforts. Mm-hmm. That's what I came with. I'm going to give this day my best efforts. Okay. Mm-hmm.
William Brown says, I oftentimes question my own attachments to my giving.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. That's
attachments to give. This is the crux of it right here.
Yeah.
The attachments to the giving.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest part, even more so than the feeling of the receiver, the attachment to the giving.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I'm definitely more comfortable as the giver.
Yes, because you know that attachment's coming from a safe place then.
Yeah.
As the giver. You don't have any ulterior nothing. You know where it's coming from.
Absolutely.
And that's why you're okay with my form of giving, because of the attachment to the giver.
Yeah.
With George Allen, aka Chef, I say that every single time. We ask the Creator to open the windows of heaven and pour us out a blessing. Hold up. Now you put a meaning to her situation. Yeah, I did. But it took me this morning. It took me all of this machinations and ruminations and trying to justify and all that to get there. Shirley says,
I'm going to make the best of the day. I always make the best of the day because it could be worse.
It could be worse. Be grateful because there's someone else worse off than you. Be Tremaine Hawkins. Right now, Tremaine Hawkins singing that song?
No.
Be grateful for everything you've got. That's
Go ahead.
I love those old school gospel songs. I play old school gospel songs at work.
Okay. Ooh, my hair is doing some crazy stuff.
So Sister Shirley talking about she's gonna make the best of the day. She's gonna give the day her best. I am excited about my day today.
Busy day.
I have a busy day.
Yeah.
Today, very busy day. But I like busy days.
I always get a preview of your calendar.
Yeah, she gets a preview. Yesterday was a very busy day.
It was
for me. And by the time I was done with my work yesterday, I was I had no more voice left. I was hungry. I was kind of cranky. We had to run errands, and all that kind of stuff. So I was trying to go from errand to errand to errand. Fast, we had to go to different stores for different things that we needed to get, and then we had to pick up some dinner and then get home and Monday Night Football. But I went to bed satisfied with my efforts of yesterday. And today is another one of those days too.
George Allen said, I hope I didn't affect you when I gave you a can of bleep. Offend you when I gave you a plan of bleep. Nope.
Yeah, he didn't offend me because now, Brother George, I'm understanding the attachment to the gift. You gave me that gift, that can. He gave me a can of pussy. Okay, so he gave.
You said it on live TV.
I'll go get the can.
You can't.
It's on my desk. I keep it on my desk. I'm gonna go get it.
Oh my God!
Because nobody's gonna believe me. Okay, they're not gonna believe me, sir.
Oh my goodness! Good morning, Miss Phyllis. Where you been at? I missed you, baby. Glad to see you back here. What are you giving? This really got into a deep conversation, but we were really intending to say, what are you giving? What are you taking time out to give? It is, what is the scripture that we say? It's better to give than to receive. Yes. And I think that's also stuck in my craw.
Okay. We're just next to your druthers. Okay. See that?
You got your fingers on the P.
Okay. I always got my... Mr. George Allen gave me this gift, a can of pussy. Now...
You can't say that!
It's a daggone word. I can't do say it. But he didn't give it because I was less fortunate.
Because you have all of it.
Because I have all of it. But he gave it to me. See, you said that, Lisa. I didn't say it. You said it. But he gave it to me in a spirit of friendship. He thought it would be fun to give that to me. And it was fun.
Yes.
And it's actually an energy drink in here.
But he didn't drink it.
I'm never going to drink it. I'm not going to ever open it. I'm never going to be so thirsty that the last thing I have to drink is a can of pussy. That's it. I'm never going to get that thirsty. So, but he gave it to me in a spirit of friendship.
Yes.
And that's how I received it.
And you honor it.
And I honor it. So I keep it on my desk, brother.
Just in case he can't get to me.
That's two. Lisa made 2 sex jokes on the show. All right, so that's what we got.
Shirley said yesterday was a busy day for me. I set my goal for the week, wrote letters. I also got a new customer, Stephanie Morris. Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
Go ahead, read, brother.
I'm going to read this in the stylings of Brother Mark Greer. Let me read Mark Greer. I gotta get to you, George, after Mark, okay? Because if I do you before Mark, I ain't gonna get it right. Mark Greer says, what if we all gave the gift of us? To your point, Brian, if we committed to giving our best selves to the world, to each other, and to ourselves, that gift could and would have a major impact. Anything given out of sincerity, genuineness, kindness, and love can only and should be received the same way. I read that in the stylings of Mr. Mark Greer. George Allen says, it's more pussy where that came from. We shouting out my can. There you go. You can read it well there. He gave me this gift. He gave me a can.
He didn't give you a can. There's a drink in the can.
He gave me there's a drink. He gave me a drink. It's called a can of pussy. And William Brown says,
I'm coming to a place where I'm more aware that sometimes it can be difficult to be grateful, even when you know that gratitude is key.
Yeah. Amen. Even when you know it intellectually, but that's not the strongest part. Damona DeRue says,
so in the example of God or the less fortunate, do we give because we feel we owe it or feel they need it? So it could be uncomfortable to receive because the giver feels.
And I'm with you on that, Sister Damona, but my understanding that I just gained today is the attachment of the gift to the receiver is what can cause the receiver to feel any kind of way, how they attach it. Damona says also
the same about us when we
that
because
they
we
owe
feel
us.
That the giver feels the same about us, that they owe us or that thinks that we are needy or unfortunate. Absolutely, I think so. Dr. Deborah says, I joined Alignable at 2 a.m. Could not go to sleep last night. Welcome to Alignable. Trisha, good morning, Trisha.
Good morning, Sister Trisha.
Says, good morning. I'm stepping into my gift of sharing my story that will be able to help someone who feels defeated and deflated. I'm coming out.
You joined Alignable at 2 a.m. So around 11 today, I'll be free. I would love to have a phone conversation with you, Dr. Deborah. Just a few minutes to let you see how I am leveraging Alignable for myself. Brother Mark Greer says, yeah. Mark Greer says, I don't know why Pootie Tang comes to mind when I see that can. I watched some Pootie Tang this week, actually. Shani, because Shani inspired me. She reminded me to talk about Pootie Tang. Was it Shani or Katura or somebody? I watched some Pootie Tang this week.
It was not Katura. Katura's a grown woman.
Shani's a grown woman.
Shani
I'm a grown
man.
I'm a grown man.
She's still in the
I'm older than you and Katura. So, and I still love it. I'm older than both of y'all.
Boys don't count.
Yes, they do.
No,
men
because
count.
Y'all mature.
After 14, that goes out the window. What? Brother Mark Greer, you got to get with the program. Mr. George Allen says, Mark, I have a can for you too. Brother, how many cans you got? How many cans do you have, bro?
Oh my goodness.
But I'm gonna keep mine. I think it's special. I like it. You know, it's a novelty, which just makes it fun for me. Okay, so I'm gonna keep my can. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna drink that. It's now time that we have set aside to say thank you to you. Thank you to our regulars. Thank you to our consistent contributors. And the way we do that on the show is we thank them with greeting songs. Sister Audrey Bailey, if you hadn't seen this part of it before, brace yourself. Okay, but some people are consistent contributors to the show, like Katura Green, and she has earned herself a greeting song. And it goes like this: back to life, back to Katura Green.
However do you want it?
However do you need it?
Do you need
That's
it?
Katura's jam. Dr. Deborah Dunstan has a jam too.
Dr. Deborah, trauma healing and manifestation coach.
That's Dr. Deborah's jam. So Neil, this is what we do on the show. Stephanie Morris has a song too.
Stephanie.
Life has new meaning to me.
There's beauty up above.
And things we never take notice of. You wake up and Stephanie, you're in love. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's Stephanie's jam. Mr. George Allen, also known as Chef Rev, he's got a jam too. And it goes, why must I cook like that? Why not hire Chef Rev?
It puts the good food in me.
Not.
Damona DeBrew.
Damona, ain't nobody flyer. Nobody's flyer than Damona DeBrew. Ain't nobody flyer.
Amen. Good morning, Damona.
Who else got a jam?
Shirley Dijonette.
Wyatt will rock you. Shirley Dijonette. Wyatt will rock you. Mr. William Brown also has a song. And his jam goes like this. Good morning to our friend Will.
Nobody thinks like him still.
We love him so, and we always will. Our friend Will. Mr. Greg Gray, man, you missed a combo. How you doing, Greg? Greg is busy with his Dope Living TV.
Good morning, Greg. Shani is in the building. Baby, you can do it. Take your time. Cook it right. You can do it, baby.
Can do spice.
That's right.
That's Shawnee's jam. Mark Greer has a jam as well. And it goes, so wide you can't get around it.
So low you can't get under a hat.
So high you can't get over it. Mark Greer is under a groove. He's getting down just for the funk of it. Mark Greer is under a groove. Nothing can stop us now. That's Mark Greer's jam.
I have to read Brother Mark's comments over here.
Okay.
He says, oh, wait. Wait a minute. Brother Mark says, I don't know.
That's not what he says.
Oh.
Do it right.
You can do it.
I don't have it. You can do it?
No, I can't do it.
Okay. Wait.
We already read that one.
Okay. We got Pootie Tang.
All right. And we got a can from Mark. And then Mark says,
Brother George Allen, what's happening? Put that thing on the ice for me. Man, I've got a joke in my head, but I digress.
And then Chef Rev says, a man should always have some. It's nutritious and delicious.
Okay,
I'm done. Yeah, right.
There used to be a comedian. I think it was it might have been Bernie Mac.
Brother William Brown says, man, wait a minute. George Allen, you just passing out cans like this is your ministry?
Where's that? Brother George Allen, you passing out cans like it's your ministry.
And he says, I have one for you too, William Brown. That's
oh
right.
my goodness. But there's one joke, I'm gonna say it about this can.
Oh Lord.
Because they sell it in cans, you know?
Yes.
So like after you play ball with your boys, you know, the game's over, you say, what are you gonna do, man? Well, I'm just gonna go give me a 6-pack of pussy and go on home, man. Go get him. I ain't gonna hang out. No, I'm just gonna give me a 6-pack and go on home.
I can't with you. Damona, do not encourage him. Do not.
I got my can of it.
Oh my!
I got me a can of. Y'all can read it.
Dr. Deborah, do not encourage him. Just don't.
I'm saying. Now, did I know he was gonna bring me a can of pussy? No, I didn't. Did I know he was gonna bring me a gift at all? No, I didn't. We were on date night. We were already out of the comedy club. It was Lisa and I, George and Belle. We were at a comedy club. We're at the table, and he said, "Hey, Brian, I brought something for you." And he came out with this here. How cool is that? How cool is that?
Greg Gray said, "Yes, that 6-pack be like
that 6-pack."
No.
They sell it in cans. They sell it in cans, baby.
Oh my goodness, y'all. Just bless the Lord. Bless the Lord.
I'm really trying that now.
Be a giver. That's all I'm gonna say. Be a giver. Today's topic was, what are you giving? We talked a little bit about the disparagement between being a giver and a receiver.
We didn't get into it, Damona, because you're like the fashionista. I thought, because that expression that came out last year, her look is giving this, or her look is giving that.
It didn't come out last year, honey. You probably just heard it last year.
Well, whenever it came out, I might have just heard it last year. I never said I'm a fashionista or something like that. Although when I did go to the Ebony Fashion Fair 2 years in a row, the John Henry Johnson Ebony magazine, they came to I was in the Army, and they came to Fayetteville 2 years in a row, and I went there both times. And both times, baby, it was an amazing show. It was a fashion show. You wouldn't think I would want to have a good time at a fashion show, but I did both years. Yep.
Well, I'm glad you did. But we're about to get out of here. We appreciate you all, you guys tuning in. Remember, tomorrow is Wisdom Wednesday.
Wisdom Wednesday. Do we have a submission?
Wednesday. I haven't checked my email yet. I know that Brother Mark be on it. We hope that he's got another one for us. So we appreciate you guys. We hope that we are helping. And I know that you guys are helping me a bit to kind of understand the giving and receiving thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm a giver, and I'm grateful that I'm a giver. I'm grateful that I'm learning why some of the difficulties may be.
Damona says
they're clearly enjoying being the receiver of the 6-pack.
But George says, I try to help too.
We love you.
Imagine someone wouldn't receive. George, hey man, I brought a gift for you. And he goes, no, I can't accept that from you. How terrible would that be? What if I had said that to him? I can't accept that gift. That would have been ridiculous. I was happy to get it. And my whole life, I've always been happy to get pussy. I can't think of a time where I wasn't happy about getting any. Dang, I gotta.
You're pathetic. I'm not even gonna go there with you.
All right, y'all have a beautiful day.
And don't forget to have sex.